What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, we're talking about going to the gym, getting diesel, brawly, working out that trap development. We want round delts, strongest players in FIFA. And if you want us to talk more about this series, I'm talking maybe the best passers or the best skill move junkies, like this video. That tells me you need another iteration ASAP. And yesterday I saw a comment and I wanted to address it. And I'd like you to know, all of you, I'm not sensitive at all, as long as you're not disrespectful in the comments. And this is very complimentary. Man, I genuinely think your talents as a YouTuber are wasted on FIFA. Not saying I don't love your videos. I watch and enjoy them all. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for watching everything. But he goes on to talk about your delivery and your confidence, camera editing, the whole shebang. And basically says, Mike, what if you were in maybe a broader subject or topic or something that could potentially bring on more views? Obviously, I'm passionate about FIFA. That's a fact. So then I thought to myself, I was going to create additional content, and we just launched a second channel on real estate. It has to be within something I'm passionate about. And that channel comes from my passion about real estate in New York City. So I made a quick list. Sneakers, football, hoops, video games, watches, food. We've already talked real estate and New York. What do you guys think? At the end of the day, the people are always right. And I thought I'd just open up that discussion. If we were to orchestrate additional content, we're just making channels all over the place. Back on topic, free FIFA tournament this week. These are my guys at OS NYC, friends of the family. If you want to sign up, it's free. $800 tournament with the prize pool. I'm going to play in it on Thursday. It'll happen live on my Twitch stream. Any of you can take part. Good luck. It is free to sign up. There's no catch, nothing. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I'll link it down below. Now, seriously, back into the deep dive of strongest players criteria. These are the brick houses, big body. And I look at strength, and it's a combination, not only your strength, but your maneuverability, your presence, your body type. I decided I didn't want to include icons or team of the year players, just so we have additional variety. And this is my opinion. It's not as simple as reading off the stats. You're probably going to see more defenders or midfielders than attacking players. That's my disclaimer. You let me know in the comments who's been really standing out, showing up, having a certain presence on the virtual pitch for you. Akinfenwa. It feels like a disrespect if we're talking strongest players and you don't have them on your list. So if anything, this is me giving some love to the OG, triple OG. We appreciate you, Akinfenwa, legend in the FIFA community. Man, what's the saying? Speed plus strength equals Tavernier? This guy has it all as a player. In fact, he's likely to make it into multiple lists, whether you're talking about SBC value, your return of investment, overpowered players. You can get into a bunch of different statistical allocations. I remember when people called this man expensive, but now we're months later and he's still being incorporated. Still a monster, still the definition of a beast, and he's well-rounded. Savic. I want some of this Serbian cereal. Did I talk about body types? This man is thick in the best of ways. That might have sounded sort of weird as a positive superlative to describe Savic. Do you remember back in the day when you were growing up and some of the kids would say, oh man, I got those big bones? That's kind of how I feel about Savic. And whatever milk is being consumed, this guy's been consuming a lot of that milk. I really got to work on my analogies today. Olivier Giroud. 6'4" before the hair is slicked back. This is G-Easy plus 25 pounds. That good muscle, athletic build. Now with the 4-star skills, major upgrade, just a monster presence on the virtual pitch. You can just lob it up to him, he's gonna go get it. This is Blake Griffin when he first got into the league, with a football translation or correlation. Sissoko, always been an anomaly player, or at least it seems that way. The physical side is sort of his thing. When this man's not lifting cars or entering strongman competition, you can find him as a French enforcer in the midi. It's impossible to not accept the fact that he is going to dominate what's going down in the midfield. It's been like this, start to finish. I'm convinced Kessie and Sissoko might be cousins. You could pick one. They're very interchangeable, similar characteristics, work ethic, the physical nature, the dominant presence, the perseverance, the everlasting, unstoppable relentless midfield, box to box, or even holding midfield, big body, so much strength between the two of these players. And I'm not mad, as I was saying, if you were to put one above the other. I think they match up very closely. They parallel. If you like using Sissoko, you're going to enjoy Kessie and vice versa. Reece James. I still prefer the fullback to the center defensive mid or the center mid variation, even though on paper the central based Reece James has stronger stats. I think it comes into the speed and just the general pace, and that additional mobility makes it where the fullback version that you should be playing as a center back and is one of the most dominant center backs in FIFA 21. And a big portion of that claim, he's able to push you around or squish you like some fresh marshmallows that I guess aren't going in the hot chocolate. We're in a seasonal transition. Welcome to spring. He's out here pinballing the midfielders and the attackers. He's an obstacle. Suarez, also known as Suarex. I don't know where this iteration came from or this statistical allocation. This is the most physical Suarez we have ever seen throughout his career. He's a dangerous dinosaur. I just Googled dangerous dinosaurs and I got Indominus Rex. I don't think this website is very credible. If you don't know that reference, you should hit a Google or watch more Jurassic Park. But Suarez, he's gonna break away. Degree of separation. If you're leaning, you're trying to grab onto his hip, chase back, he's shrugging that off. Just Boateng, not the quickest, definitely not small. Big body, put him in a Buick. Sheer strength, gas him up, extra fuel. And this is when we talk about body type. He's towering over the attackers, the midfielders, other defenders. You don't need binoculars. You got yourself a Boateng. And Babu, I'm not joking. This is one of the best defenders in FIFA 21, period. Since his introduction, this what-if version of Mbabu, I'm trying to figure out what I can do to beat Mbabu. If you watched me live stream, I'm pretty good at complaining. That Mbabu matchup doesn't go in my favor. You can't beat this man. It's his recovery speed, it's his power, it's his inability to miss tackles, and a lot of it still comes down to his strength, shoulder to shoulder. Mbabu's got bowling balls. I want some of that roundness, round mound of rebound. I think that was Charles Barkley. I hope so. This guy might even be in my top 5 defenders I've used and gone up against in FIFA 21. Also, a fullback that you should play as a center back. Kleiber, known as the Dutch Goon. They took him off the streets, transitioned him. He's been rehabilitated. He is now the Megala Dutch. Oh, where do you come up with this stuff, Mike? The Megala Dutch. I don't know if he's on a jump rope or if that's supposed to be some sort of combination with the Megalodon, which is a real big shark. Geographic Mike. The point I'm making, this fella makes you think twice before you challenge him on any sort of 50-50. Smalling, also known as Smaldini. I'm not sure that nickname really is fitting. Nothing small about this guy. In fact, if we're talking kings and queens, we'd have Smalling the Don, Smalling the Great, Smalling the Unforgiving, Smalling the Colossal, Smalling the Hostile. I think I could have done better with what's coming to the free flow. He's fluid with it, and this guy does not care about your family or your friends. Merciless. He's coming for everyone. Wayne Rooney. That's right. End of the era. He's going out with a bang. This foot item in particular will be remembered for years to come, or years that are in the future of FIFA installments that special. What can't Wayne do? This is Wayne's world. We're just a part of it, at least virtually. One of the best attackers in FIFA 21. The balance is just simply broken. This man has access to every trick in the book. Goal scoring phenom. He deserves it. He's eating well and he's got quite the palate. He could be a food reviewer. By food, I mean goals being scored, remakes and replicates every single weekend. The ultimate combination for an attacker, and defenders and midfielders, they just bounce off of him. You can't make contact proper. This man is juiced up, no doubt. Adama Traore, power, true power. And for whatever reason, I want to talk about a vacuum cleaner. My apartment doesn't need to be cleaned at the moment. but that's the reference point in the direction that we're going in with Adama Traore. Normally it'd be more of a bowling ball, and he's knocking over pins. Strike on strike on strike. They call him the turkey. This man has such serious versatility because he can play a variety of positions due to his sheer strength and explosiveness. Offensively, defensively, in the midfield, blow by, recovery speed. One of my favorite players to have on a track back, because I know when I make contact, when I stick that leg out, when I get a little bit of a shrug, I'm going to win that interaction or that collision, that confrontation. We're done talking about it. We're going to be about it. And at the top, and I hate doing this, I don't want to give this man any more exposure, but I also want to be unbiased. Varane, perhaps the most overpowered and dominant and unstoppable defender that we have seen in FIFA 21. I don't really care if you start with the 86 and you build up to the 90. Doesn't really matter what the strength statistic says. I'm just watching this guy every weekend. I don't beat him. I don't win any arguments. He's quick with the rebuttals. It just doesn't go in my favor. I don't know if there's been a more impressive defensive player in general. As much as Varane's not part of the creativity, he is part of the meta. And a big part of that is, if there's a tackle to be had, Varane's going to be on the back end. It feels as if he's on a 90-10. If you're not following, that means you only have a 10% chance, even with the ultimate attacker. The primo, cream of the crop, pouring on the cob, extra butter type of attacker to beat this guy. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed everything, make sure to drop some love. If you have not signed up for the tournament, it's free. I'm gonna play it on Thursday. I played it last week. Good vibes. We do it live on stream. It's also gameplay based. You're gonna see a lot of skill moves, and it is completely free. You're gonna witness some of those competitive vibes, but there's all sorts of different skill levels that take part. This is our 3rd week of running this tournament. I think it's going to continue every Thursday. Healthy Thursdays. Practice for the boys. I look forward to the comments. There's so much different interpretation and subjectivity. I'm sure I left off many players that you feel should have been included in the top 15, but these are the guys that came to mind, and it's my list, and I have a lot more content coming out for you ASAP.